Hello, hello. Welcome back again. Hello again. Oh, had a lovely break. Now it's time I go again. All right, let's go. We finally have a cure to the greatest blight this planet saw. That's a claw. That's a cool thingy. Cool thingy. My friends, what brings you here this day? Oh, you know. Is this true? By the Navigator, a cure for tampering. As often as I've been in all your signs, I would not have thought it was possible. And yet it is, Admiral, to have done it here in Limsa. And production of more familiars has already begun. You have my thanks. Truly, this will do much to advance the cause of peace. Yet I feel a little more than close the rift twixt man and beastman. Bah, even to speak thus divided us. Welcome as it is, a cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our people. For though summoning and tempering may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but symptoms of it. If we are to resolve the primal problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and the way to leave our bloody past behind. It was I who moved the Alliance renewed its push for peace. Since our ancestor came to these shores some 7 centuries past, Wilhelminsians have been at odds with those who share our home island. Save for a brief moment, of cooperation with the kobolds, our history has been one of nigh constant territorial squabbling. Meanwhile, our struggle with the Shagan for control over the seas has only grown fiercer, a matter made worse by the price-stamped calamity driving them to seek new sprawling grounds. Give me a second. And ban. I fucking hate bots. Wouldn't become famous? No, fuck off. With survival at stake, each had no choice but to fight, so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is the word coined by the weak, I proclaim to all who'd listen and then give up. You and yours put me to shame. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you have achieved the impossible again and again and again. And I've thought it's high time that I followed suit, hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. But no sooner did I reach to our neighbors in Vulbrand than my own people sought to thwart me. You speak of pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Acting through the friendly faction among the kobolds, we have intended to seek an audience with the prominent patriarch. But the bloody executioners will not hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the rest. Though they are but one of the 3 pirate powers, they are our greatest and Any attempt at peace would founder without them. I am given to understand that their leader, Captain Hulfer, has been bedridden for some time while in ailment of the lungs. Correct, in his absence his right lead, a man named Sicard, but recently risen to prominence among their ranks. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invented him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I have tasked the Yellow Jackets and Rogues with uncovering his motives, but they have learned not of any value. Well, I mean, we can do that. We have a nose for the truth. Whatever the Sicard wants, we'll find out. Truly, it would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing from you then. Good luck. By the way of first step, I suggest we split up and make acquaintances around town. Someone must know this Sicard. If you could approach the pirates, the rest of us will seek out merchants and adventurers. Second floor, no doubt. Alright, let's go here first. And then teleport to the after castle. After castle, not after castle. I'm surprised we are doing the story of Lemsa, of all places. That's to... Hey bud. Curious about Sicard, are you? As am I, my friend, as am I. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save for the bloody executions experienced and marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotions. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the phallacrosity permits us to attack only Garlean vessels, yet these have all but vanished from the sea since the Empire turned upon itself. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to the trade with ease, but the executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine they would willingly abandon their old ways. So then, how are they leaning their coffers? Whatever their secret is, they are not like to share it with their rivals, but mayhap you'll have more luck. Yeah. Straight to the aft castle. Still, I am surprised that we're doing Limsa stuff. Hey bud. Aye? You wanna know about the Sicard? It's really buggered, that what it is? Found some clever way to make coin, they say, and traded it for a monk chef place at Hulfur's side. There was a time we raised for the executions for our pick of the Empire's fleet, but the Garlands are gone, and them days are in. Owing to which we all had us look for other ways to make ends meet. With that jumped up village rat Sicard landed the juices, whatever it may be. Oh, sorry. Not that we sirens are struggling, mind. We do well enough guarding fishing boats from the fishing of other beasties. Get the first pick of produce if it troubles you, hold your stuff at the bargain price. These were past our sisters, as can't sail account getting old or wounded or with child. They cook it up and sell it for a pretty profit. Simple. Oh, I miss the old days. Alfino, nobody knows. Fuck. Yep. Please. Alright. I see Mirua has returned. Now, who would like to go first? Yeah, nobody knows bugger all. So, just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sticker turned executioners' fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at, according to the tavern keep I spoke to. The crew have been indulging themselves as never before, but no amount of drink seemed to loosen up their tongues of how they're coming with their coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from Harbor Herald. The publication has been investigating the secret of executions with fortune and making little headway. Lately, the executions do not wish the nature of their business to be made public, so it's illegal. Highly. And I think I know why. In the course of making the inquest on the hawkers alley, an interesting fact came to light. Just as executions began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystal went into sharp decline, a sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contacted the horrid boulder, who has been watching the movements of the beast tribes. Any suspicions were proven correct. My suspicions. Despite ever worsening relationship between the beast tribes and the Telecracy, neither Titan nor Leviathan had made an appearance of late, suggesting that the kobolds and Shagan lack the means which to summon them. Do you mean to say executioners are divesting them of their crystals? All indications point to that conclusion, yes, though we have no hard evidence as yet. We must investigate further. Agreed, so how do we process? Well, I have an idea about that. In fact, I've already taken the liberty of making certain provisions. During my inquiries, a disgruntled merchant informed me that a wholesaler of crystals has recently arrived at Lims, offering wares at the prices far undercutting the competition. After asking around, I was able to gain introduction and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in a bid to establish the crystal's provenance. This man is due to be at Ostchon Embrace in Lower Noseka shortly. I suggest we make our way there. Oh, the new player. Hello, bud. Wait. Interesting name he has. Anyways. I need to go here. I mean, the fact that he started in Limsa, after seeing all that, that's, you know, that is surprising. A lot of new players, by the way, a lot of new players. All right. Yeah, Alfie. That appears to be our merchant. Wish me luck. Wait, if he truly is in league with the bloody executioners, he will surely be wary of those allied with Admiral, the science nor the least. Compared to yours, Miru's mind is in an unfamiliar phase. Let me play the role of the buyer. Grokkin's right. And even if you aren't recognized on sight, you look into the gentle to be mixing with society underbelly. Gentle? Very well, I will leave it to you, Raha. Got business to make, cowboy? Are you the crystal wholesaler? I am, but you're no merchant, so what do you want these crystals for? Don't look at us, you idiot. You'll give yourself away. Oh, I see. You're a weaponsmith, am I right? And you need crystals to make stuffs like that. Fine specimen you got there. That's right, I'm indeed a weaponsmith, and I use naught but the finest materials. I bid you show me your wares. Well, we don't invite just anybody in our storehouses. It takes time to establish trust, you understand? Look, I have a large and urgent commission. If the quality is satisfactory, I will not quibble over the price. Alright, your stuff. So I'll make an exception. Come with me. Don't wave at us. God damn it. That ain't no stealthy at all. It seems to be working. Follow them. No, wait, no. Heaven's Word, not the best. They wanted to do that tunnel quietly now. Why is there a living talus right here? Isn't that lost technology or whatever? You won't find any finer, especially not for the price. Indeed, I would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap? There's nothing unlawful about them, if that's what you worry. They're from Ogormo, if you take my meaning. Stuffs are pure as it gets, you won't be disappointed. So, how much you want? Ogomoro, taken from the cobbles just as was expected. That's enough. Shut your gobs and turn around slowly. I'm the warrior of fucking light, you better not. I'm Sickard, acting captain of Bloody Executioners. No need to introduce yourselves, we know who you are, Science. And we also know you'll be chatting to the Admiral. Got eyes and ears everywhere, you see. Comes with being the only true pirate crew left in Limsa. So, we established you aren't here to buy crystals. The question is, what are you here for? You are bold to reveal yourself to us without knowing our directive. But that would explain your swift rise to power. You have spoken plain, and so shall I return the favor. We came here to learn why the Blood Executioners oppose the Admiral's will. And we have our answers. Should Limsa make peace with the Cobbles, you would lose the source of your newfound wealth. That's right. Just to remind you, though, we ain't breaking any rules here. The laws forbid us from attacking any vessel not flying the Imperial flag, but it doesn't say nothing about beastmen. The only reason we keep our operation nice and quiet because we don't want no one taking our business. Wait, just listen to the end, will you? For what it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and yours, her, especially. While the Maelstrom were worrying about 13 the fancy red clobber, you stomped Ugamaru and battering bleeding the Titan himself. Raised a mug to you when I heard the news. And now we're following your footsteps, making sure the beastmen never summon the stinking god again. Practically your successors we are. Well, when there are still Imperial ships about, we did our bid for Limsa and went after them, but with Guardians gone, well, there's no one left to ply or trade on crap the beastmen, so let's have that, eh? It's only fair. Continuous though some may find your views, it is true that you have broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Admiral face. Unless the acting captain of the only true pirate crew left in Limsa have some other cause to hide in a cave. Well said indeed. Alright, I'll meet you with my Admiral. I will provide the venue. The Stalica. I trust she won't turn down the invitation. I mean, Lalafels are just evil. But most of them are. And those who are not, the Tatar is pretty much a fucking god. She created, like... I thought Cede was the great inventor. No, it was Tatar all along. I thought myself to be the hunter, but it turns out I was a prey. A timely reminder that the pirate powers of Limsa are not to be trifled with. But all well and that's end well. Grachtia's timely provocation had the desired effect, and the Seeker has agreed to a meeting. Let us hurry back to Limsa and pass on his invitation to the Admiral. Alright. Sup? Occupants have already reported to Con Room. Will you be joining them? Yes, they're faster than me, apparently. I'll come back. What news? So they have been stealing the crystals from the kobolds. Many thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting besides. Oh my god. Suffice to say, I accept Sigurd's invitation, and I would have you join me as my guests. The future of Limsa hangs on upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the science present to bear witness.
Look who's come crawling! Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sicard, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the Beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Too bloody right! Pirates till we die!
What we want, we take!
Piracy has no place in our future.
What'd she say?
Pirates have no place.
Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom. When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. Shall we scorn the world's wealth? Or Or shall we embrace change and thrive, like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
I mean,
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so. Still, we're all Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us?
you're no longer part
Long
of
before
Limsa.
you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
A duel. Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
All right. Is he gonna cheat or not? If he will cheat, he will lose the fucking respect of his crewmate. Plus, if he will cheat, we will kill him. That's also, you know. That's also what's gonna wait him. You got a bullet to a knee.
This ain't over! Not till one of us is dead! Finish the job! Or I will!
Is that the ill captain?
It's the captain!
Captain Ilfir!
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
Captain!
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Limsa Laminsa. At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay? Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
You're bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. Be anything ye want. We're pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save how to steal. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate! Lad, I made ye me right hand 'cause I saw something in ye. And I still do. You have the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief. Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
Hello there.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage. Mistbeard's vanished into legend, and it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow.
True that.
There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
I mean, can we assume that now the peace between beast tribes will become a possibility? Though I anticipated a duel, I did not foresee that Helfer would intervene. But full glad I am that he did, but would have been ashamed to kill the boy. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson, and we have made peace among ourselves. All that remains to do likewise with our neighbors. Now, I need hardly tell you, but any attempt to negotiate with the tribes is doomed to fail, until their minds can be first wrestled from the grip of their gods. And so in the meeting we seek to arrange with the kobolds, I would have you free their leaders of Titan influence. Leave it to us, we will open his ears to reason. You have my thanks. Even proceed, there is something you should know. Some 50 years passed when the Shagan swarmed our halls in even greater numbers. Limbs entered a covenant with the kobolds. 2 men shall go the bounty of the sea, 2 kobolds shall go the bounty of the land. An ostensibly equitable agreement, conspicuously lacking in detail. So that's why kobolds are always beasts. They lie to us or whatever. Aye. Indirectly or not, the world was ambiguous and we took advantage of it, moving in to claim the northern reaches of Lana Seca, which kobolds believed theirs. Bloodshed followed, and the bloodshed to answer the bloodshed, and on and on and on and went, till every limb of Wilbrand bore the stain of our conflict. This is not history, you understand it? It is the present, fresh and raw, and their kindred blood yet on our hands. We struggle to regain the kobolds' trust, even should we cure their tempered. Admiral, you speak of the obstacles we are likely to encounter at the meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why the kobolds would agree to a meeting in the first place. And so we must provide a reason. Shit. Fate, they would welcome us to the midst, not to speak of peace, but to have at their mercy. Aye, and given the wealth of the crystals will bring, the old Vajra will attend to summon the Titan there and then. Meaning a high priest would need to be present, to whom we could administer the cure. Precisely, he is the fish I would catch. But he will not be alone, nay, he will have guards on the hand, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on Cobalt's side would jeopardize our chances at peace. There are my venture founders. Yet it need not. What if we were to employ the Conqueror's Chain? Though we would still have to weaken the Kobolds, it will allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact Mistbird used to take goods and not life. Aye. That will serve. Well done, Marshal. So friends, what think you of our strategy? The effects of tempering are cumulative, and we may safely assume that the High Priest's exposure to the primal influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of ether to reverse its effect, not to mention time. Time during which LSA would be defenseless. Even should we all took to her protection, I'm not convinced we could keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. It's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it was what Talcin would do, and I had to follow her example. We would even have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Wilbrand. So I'm going to cure that beast, or die trying. No. Sure. Let's go with that. I don't even need you. You and everyone. I know you will keep me safe. It's settled then. See to your preparations and make your camp overlook. We'll join you there anon. Why? Sahagans are also the same, and Leviathan is even stronger than the Titan. Why not deal with them first? I guess because we betrayed kobolds, kinda. Like they were more pissed at us. Alfred wasn't lying when he said I'd be defenseless, so I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be to keep you out of the harm's way, so leave it to us and focus on your own task. Indeed, you should want, and should you want for ether, you need only say the word. It's Gabu. Gabu, do you follow us here? There's something important I want to say to the High Priest. Express state, please. Please let me come with you, please. I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me that you'll stay here where it's safe, alright? My apologies for the wait. It took time, but we have secured our audience. All unfolded as expected. On the mention of my returning their crystals in person, the couple suddenly remember how keen they were to be reconciled. And so in the glorious spirit of cooperation, we are to be received by Patriarch Zada of the Second Order, who awaits our pleasure in the Navel. If you're ready, let us proceed. Gabo will follow us, because he's a brat. Ow! Why am I always getting the Heaven's Word? Man, that's the Leviathan, that's better. Alright. Oops. Hello, Admiral. This Aetheryte will bear us to our quarry. Should we make the summon Titan as anticipate, we'll halt the ceremony and restrain him. At this, all hell break will loose, and we'll have an army of kobolds to entertain till Alice's work is done. Just remember, none must die. I've weakened them, I'll let Enzar do the rest. Enzar. It is time. Stay close, my friends. I spy calmer waters beyond this squall. We're gonna fight Titan again. God damn. How many times must we fight? The parents are still just laying there? It's been months. Maybe, I'm not sure. It's been a hell of a long time.
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Merlwib Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Laminsa. I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish. The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Aye, just as we thought.
Now, Alize! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me.
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
One of those weapons is not like the others. I need to reduce the volume by a bit. Yeah, I think that's right.
We must protect Alize! There!
You're in my sights.
There!
You're in my sights.
Alright, I'm back. What sorcery is this? His temperance is too severe, I can't finish the job. So one person ether alone is not enough.
Oh, just what we need!
The hell? Wait, why?
You're not alone!
What the fuck am I doing? What? I missed my confetti or no?
You're in my sights.
It's High Note Admiral, isn't it?
Here you are, Alize.
Oh, okay. Cool stuff. How do I stop those ones?
I need more ether.
I think maybe give Alice the ether.
Just a little more.
Yikes. No, that's not happening. I ain't... Oh. Yeah. Ether depletion. The pain! The pain! Yes, yeah, I should have thrown the first time. And now you're dead, girl. Finished, done for dead. No, Admiral, it's so dangerous. What the hell? What is this? I have 16,000 HP. Ah, that sucks. Truly does. It truly does. Come on, configure. Yes! Nice. I'm still curious who is that. That's some really advanced kobold. Yep.
Yes, this will do. Here I go.
So it took ether of 4 human beings
Go, Angelo!
to fully cure like the worst case scenario of tampering. That's that's a lot of ether.
Did it work?
What?
What is the meaning of this?
Does
I'm
remember
sorry.
a lot.
But they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
No. No, 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 no! Why? Why would I do such a thing?
Would that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
Gabu! What are you doing?
I mean, because he's a brat.
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it. And you mustn't either. There's been too much pain already. So please, end the suffering.
What have I done?
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples. For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us. Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke. Unready as we were, what choice had we but to call upon the divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
Yeah, He's really not wrong. Unfortunately.
None. And I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Laminsons, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it. Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt. And any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation. In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Lominsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds. And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it. There will be no more man and beastman. Just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world. If you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us.
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole, I fought, I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to.
Is that the kobold's
That
weapon?
is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades. It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die. Though it isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew. What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
I don't think you should. Okay. Wired upwards, hopefully. Yeah.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gabu does. And I will trust him.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
We'll need a lot of fucking people with ether.
Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
I mean, technically that's it for Titan, right? Like they're not longer summoned, so we beaten the Titan. Those seem to have found a way forward with kobolds. Next, we will help the Second Order to free their tempered brethren from someone. There is far from only order, of course, and it will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the rest, but reach them we will, however long it takes. I would say that I was in your debt, but that's been long too, so instead I say thank you for helping us pilot a new course, not only for Limbs, but all over yours, yeah. Is that a dragon's shadow? In Danelan?
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe, man.
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please.
Just tell. I hate when people do that. Oh, you better get a look at this cliche. Fucking. You know. There is a strength in words and speaking.
What in the world is that?
A tower?
What?
You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
And the ass and music play. Alright. I hear you.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it. What? Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards. The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea. Nothing more is known, only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert.
I mean, it's time to find out what's inside.
Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
That looks not like, I don't know why they thought it's Garland. It looks like bones and, well, yeah, it looks like bones. I don't see what's Garland about it. Hey, Elise. Long time no see, eh? Since the beginning of this patch.
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Rocket Preserve!
Oh, wow. And it's a fucking fun Daniel as well.
It can't be.
The palace! After them!
And Daniel, at your service. Oh, I forgot the Roban is in Alamigo.
You're here, good.
I'm still in my mind thinking that he's in Talonland. Is that the missionary?
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why? Even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck.
Is that Asahi?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it! Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandaniel, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance.
He's so cheery, just like... It's a pleasure. Nice to see you. Heroes?
My, straight to business is it? Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days. To which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
The final days? But it was the Asians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right, though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire. And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering! I'm different, you see, from the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers and this very star our stage.
I mean, the dragon is still there, but if that could be called a dragon, that's an abomination more. Still, like, what is it? It's a white sand creature?
Ah, but I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in them.
Lunar Bahamut, eh? Lunar. Interesting. So,
everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
I wonder if he's stronger than the original Bahamut. Or Bahamut Prime, even at this point. Because I believe there's a difference between Bahamut and the Prime version of it. The Bahamut was huge. This one doesn't seem so, but it's not the size that matters, it's how you use it. Thank goodness everyone's safe. We managed to put out the fire though. Not quickly enough to save the garden. Urban, can I leave it to you to send the word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit to investigate the tower. We need to find out what it's for. I'll go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest. From what Mirua tells me, you're due some time of duty. Should we learn anything about the tower, we'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Very well. But if you need our help, don't hesitate. And take care, both of you. Robon is strong. Lise is too, so it's no problem. But Bahamut, Lunar Bahamut, the plot thickens. I still don't, like, maybe it is one of the Allied creations? No, I don't think it is. It breathed purple flame. And the purple color was very representative when Omega crashed and landed. So there is a chance that maybe it's a behemoth from the world where maybe the world became a void, so he's full of void energy. Ah, you're good back? Good. I received reports from the Alliance. Since we're all here, perhaps those who are witness to the events in Alamega could treat the rest of us at first-hand account. Game over, man. Game over. No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would seem tediously predictable that for the endless variety of woes, this Pandanel sounds even more unhinged than his patron. Unhinged perhaps, but no fool. For all his passionate theatrics, he gave away a little about his plot. We know only that he intends to recreate the final days and that the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Lunar Behemoth. Let's not forget about that little detail. And the creature certainly did resemble the Elder Primal. That maybe the fact that it's answered to Fandaniel would suggest they are not one and the same entity. I think it's more portable that it's some manner of simulacrum born of Ascian's magics. Whatever it is, we now can but work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Ishtola? I have been to see the Sultana, knowing how quick the mortal flames are. To dispose of their temper, I judged it best to provoke them with the cure first. As soon as I had sufficiently recovered, I traveled to Ul'dah and delivered the proxies for her grace, along with detailed instructions on their use. Yet, my visit chanced to coincide with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The immortal flames had been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Amal Giant when negotiations abruptly collapsed. The Amal Jah claimed that a number of their kind have been abducted and that men are responsible. Not is known of the preparations as yet, but as the immortal flames went about investigation and abductions, they came upon one of Fandaniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, they may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusively Eorzean phenomenon. According to the Alliance, they have been sighted as far afield as Yanixia. Then it would seem reasonable to assume that they are everywhere. We have simply not found them. Well, as you said yourself, we can do little now, save remain vigilant. And since we're dealing with the dragon, ostensibly at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of an authority on such foes. Destinian. Now, just a moment, if I could be persuaded to land his lands, I would be the first to welcome him, but the truth is, we still struggle even to find him. Let me and Kryle worry about that, we'll sniff him out no matter where he's hiding. If indeed he is hiding, we have a ways of locating him regardless. So if there is no objections, we shall depart at once. Bye, Lalas. Well, rather than sitting around, I think I might go to each of the states and educate them in the use of the proxies. They would doubtless appreciate, but you might consider taking a moment to rest before leaving. You would be fresher for the task ahead. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. Oh dear, are you not enjoying our adventure? Come on now, I didn't say that. While it may not be the most carefree experience, there is nothing in this world I would rather do than write a new future with you. A long future in mind, whenever the Telephoroi might hope, we'll stop them, won't we? Together. This is in Alamigo. Pretty sure.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them.
You really shouldn't. You don't know anything about that. They're zombies, aren't they?
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Glory be.
He got influenced.
Glory be to Garlemald!
Fuck, Garlands are such a threat. Like, they pretty much created something that have the influences of the primal.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life. Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing her that you await her coming, though I confess, I may have singed her a little in the process.
Why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
That sword is gonna fly to him.
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me. Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. Huh. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
I need a good weapon for you, Zenas. How about the surf you know, maybe Elderlich Oldside? How about that? Maybe? I don't know. Nevertheless, we'll have 9 quests remaining. Let's fucking go. Let's finish the Shadowbringers today. Right. Good news, Tancred and Roger have finished their tour at Carnamon and are on their way back as we speak. As we still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping you might be able to shed some light on things. They're due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say. Ah, welcoming party! You didn't have gone through the trouble? From what I have here, you've been more than busy enough as it is. Where's Urianger? Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempering. As it is, I can't even pretend to have been involved. Well, if this is my consolation, I myself was little more than a spectator. The lion's share of credit must go to Alice, Grach and Mirua. But I believe I speak for the rest of us when I say we're proud to have rendered what little assistance we could. As you will also have heard, it has been all but tales of triumph. Just as we're taking steps towards finally addressing the primal threat, a pile of fresh problems just landed on our land. Anyway, good to have you back, though I can't help but notice you're one Orianger short of scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you? Oh, I couldn't lose him when I tried, and I did try, repeatedly, but no. He decided to linger in Alamigo to appraise Ruban and the others of how land lies in Garlemont. Let me have you do the same for us. Indeed. It was just as Lee said, worse, in fact, devastation as far the eye could see. Nerva and the fuck me. Shit. However, were not notable by their absence. They might have met there at the end of Hatto Zenus and Fandaniel. Perhaps, or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital has been plunged into deathly silence with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy place before the war, but it has grown busier still, with throngs of soldiers and civilians working the day and night to rebuild, or rather, transform it. Transform it into what exactly? That is a difficult question to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold. It's like something from a nightmare. According to Ranger, certain aspects of its design were clearly devised from the manipulations of ether and mind. Magitech, in other words. Yet, as unvarying as said edifice was nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects working with an area of world exchange between them. No one overseeing the construction, no one taking orders, it was as they were possessed or tempered. We wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seems wiser not to risk. If Andana could bind Bahamut to his will, might he have done the same to people of Garlemald? Whatever the truth may be, this information is certain to prove valuable. You have our thanks. Well, be sure to say something for Yanje, which reminds me I have a message from Alamigo. Ruban is hot in a meeting to discuss the latest findings on the towers, and he requested our presence. Then why not leave it to us? We must be wary from your mission. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I first stepped on the way back, and I'm keen to get to the bottom of this. In that case, I shall stay and begin to look into the other matter. As I promised Crab, we need not all attend. Very well, I suggest the rest of us make our way to Alamigo forthwith. 900 gold again. The tax, like, how am I to make money if I spend 1,000 every goddamn mission? Hello, Ranger. Welcome. My friends, much more have heard of your travels in our absence. Heart and dying to see all hail and well in the whole. As are we to see you safely return for your mission, Ranger. I trust Tancred make you feel welcome. Well, if it isn't Alphinaud and his merry band. Oh, hello there. I don't remember your name, but I know you. I remember. Ironwald, what are you doing here? We spoke with a link pearl. You told me you'd be away on a mission. And who's to say it isn't the part of it? But enough about that. It's good to see you looking so similar. I thought you had grown a bit taller after the whole year in another world, but apparently not. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint. While my soul may be a little older, my body has hardly aged, as you are well aware. And may I remind you that we are Elizon known to be late bloomers, especially in terms of our height. Mark my words, the day will come, and even the great Arcus, such as yourself, will carn your neck to meet my eye. I mean, it was not until my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish proportions, though Montbreda towered over me nonetheless. Arvinold brings out the best in Alphinaud, doesn't he? They both seem so at ease with each other's company, it's almost endearing. Let's break that. So, what exactly brings you here? Oh, for Dola, mostly. We need to go over the few things before we set out. Set out? Wait. Does it have something to do with the towers? What gave you that impression? Actually, tell me. You've got a meeting to go, and I'll see you afterwards, alright? If Fordol is going with him, that must mean... Apologies. As Ironbold rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend. Let's be about it. Holy, that's a lot of people.
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. 'Tis no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrix. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Teleforoi's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us. Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Yep.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar. And that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
I mean, is it really that much of a
Would that the
stretch?
unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses. And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first.
Yeah. That could have been a good fucking move, if not for towers, just to all out the pinching maneuver.
Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk
Attack
of
on
temporal,
Garlemald.
I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
What?
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
We are glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
And I am going with them, as of course.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Are you certain about this, Arenvold?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
Why? They really should let me go there as well. I am unaffected by Primal as well. And I'm way stronger than both of them, I think. For the simple fact that I rejoined the, like, one more time than they did. Now that it's out in the open, we don't have to keep it under my proverbial hat anymore.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamoldva and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan. With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
And you, Fudola? Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Aldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
Oh, Sun Tsun.
So the Empire's finished, is it? But that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head! I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to...
I will...
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand
in your way.
If you've finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way. Well,
let me go.
We best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Ha! I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. It means a lot, you know. You coming with me.
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realize...
Shit. I forgot I'm still on auto.
No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try. They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
He does not want for conviction, that much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru. I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian. And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut. But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might...
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Fine, let's catch Estinian.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
While you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
Eight more. Oh, I just double tapped. All right. Cool, cool, cool. All present? Good. Let us split up and search for Estinian. Since we're relatively new to this place, Grach and I will look around the open spaces. The squares and markets or not, you and Mirua can delve into nooks and crannies. Very well, let us reconvene to the airship landing later, with or without Estinian. Good luck. I think I shall begin at the Sky Steel manufacturing, so perhaps you could try the congregation? Lucia may well have heard news of our friend's return. It's right there a little bit. Yes, I am right. I do like Ishgard as a city. I don't think it's complicated, really. Oh, some complications here, but again, if you just teleport, it's not that big of a deal. It's all like, you know, I just like this place. I like it. Good morrow to you, Warder of Light. Lord Emmerich sent the word that you would be attending the meeting in Alamigo, so I gather you have not come in search of him. To what end do we own the pleasure of your visit? Have you seen Estinian? I see, no, we were not aware that Sir Estinian had returned to Ishgard, but as I expect you remember, he is not one to come and go as he pleases. I have taken audience with Lord Emmerich only to find him absent. I'm afraid I cannot help you. Better. Okay, this time I will TP there. Astrologicum. Astrologicum. Oh, I lost some. Oh, I don't see Alpha, no, so.
No sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphino goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
Speaking of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
Did we? We...
First
We
the
did.
Scion's Coinkeeper, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence. Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Too long?
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alphino.
Oh no.
Quieter, though. Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
Oh, does
I am not Alphino! If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Ugh! Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
Estinian Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side. To think the day would come when I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
Would someone mind explaining what is going on?
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alize shouting. Estinian! It's been too long.
I honestly, at this point, I just started to realize that, yeah, all elves are fucking really tall. Like, all of them.
No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again. What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
At least someone's having a good time.
Don't worry,
You
I'll
know,
say.
when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinian as he does Arenvald.
Oh, I should have picked the third one.
I wouldn't be so sure.
I
He still loves nothing better than the sound of his own voice.
I should have picked this third one. I didn't understand the meaning fast enough.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Azisla.
Azisla? How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Aye, Tiamat, his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Azisla, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
I see. As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation.
Might I suggest that we make the journey to Azisla together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again and I'll throw you overboard.
Ugh!
I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
I will admit, he is not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less blunt?
It has been quite some time since I set foot in Azisla, but I understand that 3 of you were here rather more recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet Tiamat during your visit? Alas not, we had no case to set foot in Delta Quadrant, but I have studied the relevant records. Which is not to say I wouldn't appreciate the first-hand account of your deal with her. Well then, Mirua is the person to ask, as from as far as I know, she is the only one of us who have met Tiamat face to face. It helped that Midgard Summer was here to introduce me. Ah yes, you were a friend of her father. I too have met with Tiamat. After the Dragonsong War came to a close, I came here to speak with her. A woman who have fought her own war against man in another age. I wished to know if she had had reports of vengeance and asked as much. She said no. My hatred for your kind was extinguished long ago. But the guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns on undim. It torments her, even now. I see. Then your original reason for coming here was concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut. Nidhogg is a part of me. I feel his emotions as my own. And I know that he would not allow his sister to make a tool of evil. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. Interesting quest, complete screen. Yikes, that looks good. This way. Come on, Bucky. Let me look at your mouth closely. Yeah, she begins to crystallize. I didn't notice that small detail. I didn't look for it, I guess. Wait. I don't think that's the song. My sire's mortal companion. What bringeth thee back to this forsaken place, child of man?
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
Yeah, so... You know. Bahamut is up again. That my sins should be repeated. I sense not the faintest stirring. As to who could have called him forth, I know none save the dragons of Meracidia, our children. The icon claimed their souls when they first manifest and robbed of their will. They became tools for the Allegan's dark designs.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Captives of a lost empire, neither alive nor dead, existing only to preserve Bahamut's corporeal form.
Yes, the dragons of Mericidia are at the mercy of the Ascian. There can be no other explanation. Accused Ascians, one beacons of darkness. Again, you would profane the memory of my beloved and steer up our children of their freedom, their dignity. There are no depths to which you will not stoop.
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering. But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished.
What would thou have from me, Slayer of Dragons?
Behavior befitting a great worm. We came here to ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
Were I free, I would answer thine insolence with fire, but words shall have to suffice. Recall, mortals, that it was I who did first summon my beloved, praying with all my being to bring him forth. You who have contempt with icons cannot well be ignorant of the consequence.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
Indeed, ask the Dragon Slayer and he will tell thee the power we, of the First Brood, wield. Were I to lose myself to the Icon's influence, all would pay the price. But it's little matter, for even I had the strength to resist, I yet lack the strength to break my shackles. This prison shall be my tomb. Fuck this flying plot device.
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance. If you're afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
Speakest thou in earnest?
There is no future for those bound to the past. That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
A chance to make amends? To lay Bahamut's memory to rest? When our own star faced annihilation, Hydaelyn granted a sanctuary, and now your foes would bring about her destruction. This I cannot allow, for the debt I owe to Hydaelyn and all who have suffered from my sins. I shall fight with you, children of men. We'll just have to free her now. And Graha, can you do that? While Porxies have been shown to be effective in curing the tempered, Tiamat must be considered a special case. She is far, far larger and immeasurably more powerful than any subject treated thus far. Were we to remove her resistance only to find that the process had failed, we would be hard-pressed to contain her. Then, before going ahead, we should learn as much as we can about the exact nature of her condition. Do you suppose we can find that information here? Why, yes, we can. We can indeed. The Elegants kept detailed records on all of their notable captives. I know exactly where to look. Again, Azizla, the important fucking city, apparently. We shall leave it to you then. In the meantime, the rest of us can turn our thoughts of removal of those shackles. I know Alfin and Mirua here well enough, but you, not. Are you certain you're ready to see this through? Rest assured, Sir Astinian, that I'm both ready and willing to give my all for the sake of this star. Though, that's not my only reason for wanting to set Tiamat free. While I do not claim to know all her sorrows, I too once found myself in prison of despair. And I will understand how hard it can be to dare to dream of escape. It took the encouragement of braver souls than I am to make the first step towards the brighter future. And now I would help Tiamat to do the same. I gather you are not young as you look. Mayhap, when our work here is done, we could trade tales over the pot of Tataru's famous tea. And be indebted to her for the leaves and hot water? I think not. I see. Returning swiftly to the task at hand then. I believe the nodes governing Tiamat's restraints are located in the sector known as Flagship. Ah yes, we're familiar with it. Oh, you may wish to take this, a spirit vessel containing a small amount of my blood. Which you just happened to be carrying around with you. I suppose that could seem rather odd, to explain. Rambrose, Ranger and I are researching the use of spirit vessels in transference. Not only of the memories, but the traits of certain bloodlines. And so I kept one at the ready should an opportunity to test our theories arise. As for its use to you, you may recall that during our previous visit, the nodes here granted access to restricted functions, and identified myself as being a royal blood. And armed with that spirit vessel, I posit that they will do the same for you, even in absence of, well, the rest of me. It seems worth a try, at least. Agreed. We'll take good care of it. To the flagship, then. Hello, Alfie. Let us split up and search the flagship for a node that controls Tiamat's restraints. But should you find a likely candidate, do not be tempered to make any adjustments. Not to do accidentally release some manner of experimental monstrosity or nor less Tiamat herself in her current state. Our objective at this stage is to simply identify a relevant node or nodes. Once I have learned what we can, we should reconvene and compare nodes prior to proceeding. That is the PvP axe. Looks super cool. That weapon's so good. I'm afraid Estina have little to show our efforts. Did you find anything? Spontaneously, you say? Well, that does sound promising, almost suspiciously so, in fact. But when you were in possession of the spirit vessel, I dare say it's indeed the node of which Graha spoke. Do you wish to operate the dragon restraint mechanism? You do not have the requisite access privileges. Operation of the dragon restraint mechanism may only be undertaken by the chief technologist and the members of the royal family. Of those with a vessel full of royal blood, perhaps. One never knows when a small portion of blood of alien blood might come in handy, which is why Grahatia keeps his vessel about his person. New user detected, commencing biometric authentication. Member of the royal family, please state your name. I will say my name. Welcome. You may operate the dragon restraint mechanism when ready. Unable to disengage restraints of the specimen Tiamat. A system update is required. A system update? What do you suppose it's asking us for? To install a new visit. I could hazard a guess. We need new windows, boys. Well, that's more than I can say. Confounded bloody thing. User agitation detected. Initiating guidance program. In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I require access to the central control system. However, I'm unable to establish a link to said system due to obsolescences on my own software. This issue can be resolved by applying a system update using the corresponding terminal located within the flagship. So, it can, but only once it receives the system update, as far as I can tell. Until which time it will float there spewing nonsense. Lactation protocols. I'm here to help. Rest assured that I will be on hand to guide you through every step of the system update process. Oh, gratifying. But I dare say it will be far better with guidance than without it. Yeah, guide me. Guide me, little thingy. How? Why does it always give me the heaven's word? Stop it. Get some help, game. It should be a random button, not the... Where do I go? Not the... I always get the Heavensworth theme. Yeah. Let's see. According to the terminal of the central control system, it's presently employing software version 56.153.35. Dare I ask which version you are employing? 42002, of course. Warning. Errors detected in the data management system. Estimated time required for update 5 years and 1 day. This is rather longer than we were hoping. Aren't there any other options? For instance, use this terminal to operate Tiamat's restraint instead. The proposed method is indeed an option. Please be warned, however, that procedure may have changed as a result of the system update, and my instructions may no longer be accurate. Oh. Well, I can't imagine it will have changed all that much, as long as we paid due attention to our discrepancies are there, so we shall be able to muddle our way through. Don't bother trying to explain, just tell me we've made any progress. Yeah, we did. I would say so. It does, however, require that I remain here to operate the terminal. I shall inform you via link pearl once I'm ready to release the shackles. It might be best if you let the spirit vessel me. I may yet have a use for it. Rest assured I will be certain to return to Grahatia once this is over. And just a little more work and Tiamat will be free. Before we go any further, there's something I would know. When Tiamat and her king fought against the Allagan Empire, both sides were but dancing the tune of Asians. And it was the same in Ishgard, where they stoked the fires of conflict between man and dragon from the shadows. All that the Asians touch turns to ash, and thus have you made your point in your mission to fight them. But there have been times where you tried to reach out to them instead, to find common ground. And so I must ask, what do you intend to do with Van Daniel? Will you try to reach to him out too? I will try, yes, and if that fails, I will remember him. I see a little point in reasoning with the Reg, or remembering him for that matter. But perhaps that's the difference between you and me. You see the good in people, even if it be by the faintest glimmer. I only hope you do not come to rule your benevolence. You think it's us unwise to view the world thus? Far from it. That has ever been our way, as I learned when we joined together with Iceheart. Yet the fact remains that there are some who view this comparison as weakness to be exploited. And there may come a time where you extend the hand of friendship only to wish that you had dealt a clean blow. So, save your mercy to those who deserve it. Well, we should be getting back to our task. If Alphinaud has things in hand here, I suggest we join with others. Oh. How long do we have? You know what? I will finish it today. So I'll have more content tomorrow. I think that's fair. And that being the case, thank you everybody for watching. Tomorrow we will be finishing the Shadowbringers. It's been a ride. And now here we're at the prefaces of the end. If that's the right word, I don't know. I have no idea. English is hard. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.